Previously on Adeon. Eldrasmere, a new hamlet carved out in a small corner along a riverbank in the southern Kryllis Wilds. Its two founders, Galahad, a high-born elf running from his past, formerly known as Alaric, and Tamura, a dwarven smith chasing his next great creation, are known as the Knights Polaris. Three travelers arrive in Eldrasmere with a map. The merchant that sold it to the travelers said that at the location there would be treasures. The pair have an idea where to start the search and thus set out to find the location. What they uncovered was a buried temple. While in the temple, they encountered strange creatures that they would later learn that the creatures are called ghouls. While the pair have had their fair share of adventures and have seen things others who were not there wouldn't believe had they not seen it with their own eyes. They had never dreamed of seeing such things. While this was new to them, Galahad and Tamura continued to regale them with tales similar in theme about their adventures. While at first they may have thought it nothing but fiction, they now started to wonder. Tessari Quill, a wood elf historian who has charted their travels through the wilds since they left the village of Deepwater, far to the south. Brannick Thorn, a freed slave gladiator who pledged a life debt to the one that freed him. Kessa Varn, former acolyte to the Circle of the Eternal Bloom, and the one that purchased the map from the traveling merchant. After the temple ordeal was over, they left the site more or less the same way they had entered. However, on the way back, no more than a day from the temple site, they discovered a pair of wagons turned over. A clear sign of battle, and it was recent. After a brief investigation, they discovered that the wagons bared the insignia of the merchant that Kessa had purchased the map from. They decided to follow the tracks leading away from the wagons to see what had become of the merchants, and maybe see why it seemed that they were following them. They followed the tracks to a small hamlet, Fellstone. After some conversations with the locals, they learned that the clerics of the Sapstone Chapel had come across the wounded merchants. However, it became clear to the clerics that they would not be able to mend the wounds in Fellstone and decided to take them to Healer's Ridge, a somewhat holy site. Not wanting to waste any more time, the party continued the hunt that night. This, of course, was after a few drinks at the local tavern. But what they saw when they arrived at Healer's Ridge told them all they needed to know. The clerics weren't healing the merchants, they were sacrificing them by throwing them down a large pit in the ruins of the site. When Galahad and Tamura revealed themselves, the ritual stopped and a battle ensues. This is where today's tale begins, at Healer's Ridge. And your game master for today's tale, Valard. The stage is yours.